Gold's gym this entire offseason, and his first serve is out of bounds. Are you surprised Steffes not opening with the jump serve?
Well, I am. He's fresh, really coming out of the winner's bracket, a long match against Smith and Stokos that they lost at deuce 15-13. And one of the wways you get Roger Clark and Eric Wurts out of their game, known for their ball control, is to jump serve every time, and Roger coming right back at him with his own, and he misses early.
Roger Clark out of UCLA, where he was an All-American as a senior. Played on that undefeated team in 1984, along with Reed Sunahara and Doug Partee, Ricky Ludes, etc. Clark, cut shot, nicely done. That's a shot that he's added to his arsenal ball.
Well, Roger Clark prefers to hit the ball away from his body, has a great line shot, establishes that at the beginning of a match, and then has the ability to go cross court.
No score. Glad you're with us. Second beach volleyball tournament of the year. Kent Steffes. And Steffes booms one. It's dug up nicely by Wurts. Steffes will get another chance. Steffes puts it away. Eric Wurts. We talk about Simpson Smith all the time, but no one sees Eric Wurts. He's probably in the top 3 defensive maggots on the beach tour, don't you think?
Maggots meaning a guy that digs down deep, goes after the volleyball, and Eric Wurts, here you see an unsuccessful attempt at the play before Eric Wurts can grovel. He's also got great skills as a hitter, so he's a good little player to play behind a good blocker.
And in this tournament, it's a good maggot. There are good maggots and bad maggots, and Wurts can really dig. Big hit. Once again, Roger Clark thumping one hard. And so Roger will go back to serve. Clark played with Andrew Smith last year. Actually had pretty good success. No career wins, but he's gotten a number of thirds, a number of fourths. Got good talent.
I remember him playing very, very well with Pat Powers in Chicago. Had a chance to beat Smith and Stokos, just couldn't quite pull it out. So if he can get into the finals, this would be a big win for him. Eric Wurts blocking the ball well early. The little guy over the big man.
1-0. Clark and Wurts. Could Roger Clark and Eric Wurts beat Tim Hovland and Kent Steffes?
Yes, the answer is yes, as long as they take care of the volleyball. Eric Wurts gets very hot digging, and they get into a good side-out rhythm.
Remember in Hawaii, Hovland and Steffes were upset by Eric Boyles and Jeff Rogers. Ball is dug, but a lift is called. And the side out goes to Steffes and Hovland. 1-0 is our score. Just the start of semifinal action. And there's a play you don't see very much in beach volleyball.
Roger wanted to try that one over anyway.
Absolutely. Now Hovland will put the ball in play. Coming off a very rough finals of the winners bracket, Hovland and Steffes ahead 10-0. Or behind 10-0, I should say, to Stokos and Smith.
And we're yelling at each other, just getting absolutely nothing done. And went out and grabbed a sandwich, came back, and it was 13-12, and fire in their eyes. They just couldn't pull it out and win the winner's bracket, which is so important, particularly in these conditions.
Eric Wurts serving. Wurts and Clark lead 1-0. Hovland with the patty cake. He likes to loop over the block. And Hov is smart. He likes to save his energy for later matches, but sometimes it costs him against teams like this because they hang in a little longer.
Well, you can see Kent Steffes there dripping in the hot Florida sun right now, and you want to get your good side-out game going. And Steffes and Hovland are a better team than Wurts and Roger Clark. They should win and win quickly so they have all the energy possible when they advance to the finals.
Service error for Hovland and Steffes. Now Roger Clark, who's got an excellent jump serve, sets to put the ball in play. He's got the two-hand toss going to Steffes. And Steffes pounds it straight down. Kent Steffes, big, strong, 6'3", weighs 210 pounds now. He's only been a professional for 2 years, and yet he's won over $161,000.
Eric Wurts blocking that time, and that's the definition of the mismatch. Eric Wurts, a great jumper, but at only approximately 6 feet. He's just not going to match up. I think Roger Clark's got to get up there and block every time.
There's a block, and the ball lands on the line. Point. So we're tied at 1.
Well, there's no secret to it in sports. The good big man is going to beat the good little man every time, and here's the perfect example. Kent Steffes is an exceptional blocker. There you see him move his hands. You can't go up statically, move your hands into the cross court, get the stuff blocked.
Would you say to be successful, Hovland and Steffes have to block a lot of balls? It's not a great defensive team. That's a block.
Well, it's not a good passing team in some corners, not a great setting team, although Kent Steffes, who you see right there, better setter than Tim Hovland. blocking is the key to their success. They got to put up big numbers in that category.
A very good hitting team, would you say that?
Well, they better be big, talented guys.
2-1 is our score. If you just joined us, semifinal action. I'm Chris Marlowe. With me is Paul Sunderland. You're looking at Eric Wurts. Wurts is 31 years old. He's a graduate of San Diego State.
Jack gets caught up in
Nice little roll shot inside Kent Steffes. Steffes doing the little dangle right in front of Eric Wurts, unable to come up with a play.
So Steffes will put the ball in play. I'll make that Wurts, excuse me. Wurts, pretty good finish last year. $27,000 limited action. Steffes.
Angle.
And Steffes utilizing the cut shot.
And you hear Tim Hovland, angle, 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 after he sets the ball. Got to give your hitter input every time. He knows where the block is, but he doesn't know where the defender is, and that's what he relies on the setter to tell him every time.
Does Hovland have the loudest voice on the beach?
Yes. He's louder than the PA announcer, and the PA announcer's using an amplifier.
Oh, wait a second. No one's louder than Sam Lagana.
Probably right.
Now, wait a second.
Just a metaphor. Let's put it that way.
Angle. Come on.
Little loop shot. If you're not familiar with the Pro Beach Tour, Sam Lagana, the regular PA announcer. And Wurts was into the net, so that's going to be a point for Hovland and Steffes.
Shot actually out of bounds. Chris just showing his frustration, wrapping himself in the net. Another score now as the Hovland and Steffes move to the lead 3-1.
Come on.
Wurts and Clark led early 1-0. Steffes and Hovland coming back and scoring 3 straight points. And Roger Clark going to try to crank up the jump serve. Clark born September 28, 1961, 10 years to the day after yours truly. We celebrate our birthdays on the same day. Different year. That ball was out. So jump serving in hot weather, very, very tough.
Well, but the only chance I think that Roger Clark has of getting Hovland and Steffes off their game in terms of side out, I think he's got to keep ripping it and take some chances. You either use your energy jump serving or you use your energy having to side out, block, dig, and scramble around. I think he should continue to take chances with the jumper.
Eric Wurts, in his spare time, he's in the retail ceramics business. He makes pottery. He's got some beautiful stuff. He displays it at Nordstrom's and all kinds of different places. I've seen some of his work, and he's very, very talented. So this is a sidelight for Wurts. He knows he's not going to be king of the beach, but he wouldn't mind beating a team like Steffes and Hovland. Rolling it into the corner is Clark. And so the underdog, Clark and Wurts, looking good at the moment. Semifinal action here on Prime Network. 3-2. Hovland and Steffes are ahead.
You know you make me wanna.
Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland back at a packed house. It's the Miller Lite Fort Myers Beach Open, and everybody on spring break is here. Semi-final action, the first side change. Hovland and Steffes have a lead of 1. You're looking at the top seeds. Paul St. John Smith and Randy Stokos, always number 1.
Hovland, Steffes 2, Frohoff, Dodd 3. Verbalovich and Akatabi played horribly here. The 4th seed, Goodrick, Mutart, Adam Johnson, and Pat Powers. I think a good team in the future seeded thereafter.
3-2, Hovland and Steffes. We're trailing 1-0. Hovland and Steffes scored 3 straight points. Then Clark and Wurts got a point. And the fans are enjoying the show. And it is beautiful down here in Fort Myers. And that's what the women are here for. Beefcake in the person of Kent Steffes. Steffes and Hovland here on the near side. Steffes wearing the pink trunks, Hovland in orange. On the far side, Wurts, Eric Wurts, and that is Roger Clark. Clark is 6'5", Wurts, how tall would you say he is, Paul? He's listed at 6 feet, if he's 6 feet.
If he's standing on a mound.
Only 4 players have that distinction. Doug Partee, Ricky Ludes, and Wally Martin all played on those 4 national championship teams. Dig by Wurts, out of bounds, give the kill to Tim Hovland.
What Wurts and Clark are hoping for, of course, is that Hovland and Steffes are looking ahead, looking right past them. They won't be real focused, won't put out a good effort, and will make some mental errors. Otherwise, Wurts and Clark should not be able to compete, but they're doing a good job right now.
A little confusion, who's going to take that one? Wurts. And a nice dig by Steffes, but it goes out of bounds.
And then a nice shoulder block as Tim Hovland coming from his blocking position at the net, sprinting after the ball, and Steff said, don't wear yourself out, old man, just stop right here.
So Roger Clark, 29 years old, 195. He was an outside hitter at UCLA, but he's big enough to be a middle blocker. Maybe not in today's collegiate ball. Clark whips it.
Got a very good arm swing. Makes possible the good jump serving.
And inside the block goes Tim Hovland. And Hovland taking off the shirt. Normally he tears it off, a la the Hulk. But he just got a kill, so he's feeling pretty good.
Making it look easy. Goes over, removes the tank top. And he told me yesterday that his sponsor is coming out with a whole line of tearaway tank tops.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I always surmised that they had the tearaways.
5 to a bunch. You buy them by the pack of 5, you tear them away, and there it is.
What a great career Tim Hovland has had. 5th on the all-time list. Of course, number 1 is St. John Smith. Number 2, Randy Stoklos. Number 3 is Ron Von Hagen. And I believe number 4 is Mike Dodd.
I was thinking it would have to be Mike Dodd.
5th is Hovland. So Ron Von Hagen continues to hang in with the young pups. He has 62 open victories. Von Hagen, if you're curious, is now living in Telluride, Colorado. No, that can't be right. Colorado, I should say.
And doing
That's a new place. That's a new place. Wurts. And inside of Wurts goes Hovland.
There's the Hov again, shirtless here, just going right over the top. Easy little roll shot over the top of the block. That's the big difference in this match, Chris, is that Hov and Steffes will have a much easier time siding out if they just pass the ball well at all.
3-2 is our score. Steffes and Hovland lead. Good fake by Steffes, but he can't come up with a dig.
Tim Hovland making a big move, jumping to the outside, really trying to distract the smaller hitter, Eric Wurts, but Wurts staying with it and ripping the ball hard away from his body cross court.
Is the team of Steffes and Hovland better than the team of Dodd and Hovland? Paul Sunderland, answer.
Hey, time will tell. So far, no. But, you know, Mike Dodd having some physical problems, and obviously the magic was no longer there for Hovland and Dodd. They split up.
Mistake on the cut shot by Kent Steffes. We're tied at 3. Eric Wurts, interestingly, now up at the net in blocking posture. Once again,
Eric Wurts is not a bad blocker. He's just not going to get any taller. And at 6'5" and 6'3", respectively, Hovland and Steffes have an easy opportunity going over.
Jim Leonard, our first referee. And here comes Clark.
Yes! Get up!
Seems there's a new team every week. Down the line, Clark has a chance for a point, chance to take the lead. Yes!
Nice chop, perfect coordination. Front row blocker Eric Wurts jumping into the cross court, denying Roger Clark, just strolling over. Nice play down the line, and they convert into a very nice side out. Clark and Wurts, we can't remember if they've even played together before in an AVP
I don't remember
event,
it. I don't remember.
They look very smooth. They've played extremely well today.
And an upset brewing here in Fort Myers. Clark and Wurts leading Hovland and Steffes. However, that serve is wide, and Hovland and Steffes will talk it over. So Hovland to put the ball in play. Hovland's 33, getting a little long in the tooth, but still very skilled. Blocked. Steffes gets the stuff block.
That's where they're going to win this game. Kent Steffes and Tim Hovland. Hov, a better blocker, but Kent Steffes really coming on here, and against Roger Clark, tries to challenge cross court and get stuff straight down. Eric Wurts can't cover.
We're tied at 4. Hovland once again. Taking his time. Now, Hovland in the past has tried to utilize the jump serve, but he just really doesn't have the arm swing and the jump, the 1-2 plant to really use the jump serve too much. Clark, cut shot. Hovland very quick on defense, however. And that, was it in? Yes, right on the line. Steffes puts it in. Hovland gets the dig. 5-4, Hovland and Steffes.
Hovland still very, very quick, even though he's been out here for over a decade. And when you got a big blocker in front of you like Kent Steffes, the offensive player has to loop the ball a little bit higher, gives you more time. This time, Hovland able to close the distance and convert.
Winner of this game goes on to meet St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. They won the winner's bracket over Hovland and Steffes. Clark. And Clark is stuck again. So Kent Steffes over the top. A couple of 6'5" bashers going on top. And Hovland and Steffes have the lead.
Coming up after this match, ladies.
We're going to take time out. We'll be back to Fort Myers. The blocking of Steffes has propelled his team to a 2-point lead.
Beach volleyball is brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.
Buy Killer Loop sunglasses by Bausch & Lomb. Buy Body Glove. Everything your body wants to be. And by Kawasaki. If it isn't Kawasaki, it isn't jet ski.
11-9 is our score. Hovland and Steffes leading Wurts and Clark. Semifinal action here at Fort Myers. Been an interesting semifinal. Wurts and Clark led briefly at 3-2, but Hovland and Steffes have assumed command. Hovland and Steffes trying to get back to the finals of this tournament, where they would meet St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. Weather is hot, sand is thick, and you're looking at Kent Steffes. All players, Paul, perspiring very freely right now.
Well, it was very hot yesterday, cool this morning, and gave the players a false sense of comfort. Sun broke out about an hour and a half ago, and it's just roasting down there now. Very, very tough on the players.
Roger Clark to serve. He's abandoned the jump serve. Chance for a point. Clark. Off Steffes, off the block, and Wurts keeps it alive, but into the net. So a chance for a point for Wurts and Clark goes by the board. Great crowd outside today as Clark and Wurts battle Hovland and Steffes. Tim Hovland to put the ball in play. Hovland and Steffes, as you in the first tournament of the year in Hawaii. Eric Wurts on the attack, and he cuts inside the block. Eric Wurts is only 6 feet, 180 pounds, relies on his jumping ability. College ball at San Diego State. And Wurts will serve. 11-9. Hovland and Steffes leading Wurts and Clark. Steffes. And Steffes rainbows into the corner.
Roger Clark and Eric Wurts have been hanging in this match against one of the biggest and most physical teams on the beach, just with great hustle, good serving, and ability to control the ball. Both Roger Clark and Eric Wurts, good shots from both the right and left side.
If you're Steffes and Hovland, obviously you're serving Eric Wurts. If you're Wurts and Clark, who do you serve?
Well, they've been going back and forth. Go to Hovland, keep the pressure on him for a little while. It's just who's ever passing the ball better. Both Hovland and Steffes 6'5" and can stick the ball. But Eric Wurts, as you see right there, handling the pressure of facing the big block of Steffes and Hovland. Nice little rainbow shots, and Roger Clark doing an excellent job all match long setting the ball. Set in perfect position. Eric Wurts takes a look. There you see Steffes overplaying line side defense. Easy cut shot for the kill.
Roger Clark to put the ball in play. Started his pro career in 1978. And the service error is recorded, so Tim Hovland will go back and initiate. Hovland out of Playa del Rey, California. And you can see service error is a big factor so far. Working on Wurts. Here he comes. And Wurts has done a lot of nice shots on the left side. He's got the good cut shot. He's got a nice little dink, and he can hit.
Well, he's doing a good job controlling the ball offensively. Roger Clark, on the other hand, has been real streaky in his side-out game already with 4 unforced errors, and that's really cost them the points early on.
Wurts getting most of the serves, Hovland getting most of the serves on his team. They'll try Steffes.
Steffes and Hovland been pretty shaky in their side-out game.
Nice take by Clark, chance for a point. Not yet, Hovland has it. This is the save point, and Hovland puts it away, and a shaky set by Kent Steffes. Our referee Jim Leonard didn't call it. Good dig by Hovland.
Hovland playing good defense, and all season long last year, at least the first part of it, Kent Steffes very shaky setting the ball on the off play, the spinning dig with confidence, and this one came out a little bit untoward, and Roger Clark and Eric Wurts looked at Jimmy Leonard and say, give us a call.
Last year, that would have been an automatic call on Kent Steffes, but as he gets more experience, pokes it up. Clark thumps it out of bounds. That's going to be a point.
Clark and Wurts are taking so many chances, and sure, let's say they have to because they're overmatched maybe physically at the net, but right now I don't think they're making very many smart plays. Very little, maybe a little bit tired and a little satisfied to be in this position in the tournament.
Clark, and Clark pounds it at former Palisades High graduate Kent Steffes. Clark also played his high school ball at Pacific Palisades. And Roger Clark, who then went on to UCLA, where he won 4 NCAA championships. Steffes. And Hovland on the attack. Good set. And Hov easily going inside.
When Hov and Steffes both pass the ball well, Hovland not known for his setting and Kent Steffes improving, very, very tough team to stop in their side-out game, particularly with Roger Clark not being that big a blocker. Hovland can just pick his spots as long as the set is in a good position.
So the mighty Hov will serve. Been some questions about Hov. How diligent will he train this year? How well will he do?
Take a swing. Get it deep.
And Steffes smartly keeps the ball in play. Clark. 12-9 is our score, and Roger Clark saves point with the side out. Only one tournament been played so far officially. That was the Miller Lite Hawaiian Open. That was won by St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. Second, Rudy Dvorak and Brooke Vandeweghe. Wurts serving, and trying to serve tough are Wurts and Clark, but the floater is just floating.
And they've got to serve extremely well. Surprised that Roger Clark has disdained the jumper right now. He's got to put receiving pressure on Hovland and Steffes.
Steffes still looks very fresh. You can tell that. He's still serving the jump serve. Wurts, dang!
Got to get that shot. Well off the net, and the ball set in the middle, but Kent Steffes just played I formation defense behind Tim Hovland. If he would have broken all the way into the cross court and not moved for that ball, then I would say, okay, fine. But he's in I formation and never read either way. Eric Wurts with a good shot.
Clark earned $14,000 last year on the tour. Had a couple of good finishes. Got the award for playing with the most partners. I believe it was 9 as Hovland.
He played with everybody but you and me. And he asked me. Did he ask you?
We weren't available because we're playing with each other.
There's Hovland and Steffes in the easy side-out game. If the ball is packed perfectly, Kent Steffes, who I think is a good setter, doesn't have enough confidence in his hands, however, puts the ball in good position. This is trouble.
And Steffes jams the ball down. The net was touched by Wurts. Another point for Steffes and Hovland. If you just joined us, St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos in the winner's bracket. The winner of this match will play them. Who can stop Smith and Stoklos? Well, perhaps Hovland and Steffes. They came
oh so close, as we talked about in the finals of the winner's bracket, and had chances. They need to do more of exactly that against St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos, and that's block the ball straight down. Kent Steffes has had a great match blocking, 8 stuffed blocks throughout the course of this match, and there's just the mismatch against the smaller Eric Wurts or Roger Clark and Kent Steffes right now.
So now it is game point. Clark. And Hovland has it. This could be it. At the net. Wurts stuffs Hov for a moment.
Touch.
Yeah. The ball was touched, and that will do it. So Tim Hovland and Kent Steffes, who were so erratic in Hawaii, playing much, much better here today in Fort Myers Beach. And we've got a great early season matchup. Hovland and Steffes win it. They'll meet Smith and Stoklos. We'll take time out and be back to Fort Myers Beach. Fort Myers Open semifinal action is over. Hovland and Steffes win 15-9. Paul Sunderland, our man on the beat, is standing by with Tim Hovland. Paul?
All right, Chris, thanks very much. Tim Hovland, I know it's very hot. We'll make it short. You got off to a slow start, really had to expend a lot of energy there in the finals in the hot sem. Do you have enough left?
I think we're fine. I feel good. Kent doesn't get warm till he's like down 6-0. So I'm looking forward to the finals. I know it's hot here, but I think we're in good shape, and I'm looking forward to a good finals.
All right, in the finals of the winner's bracket, you were down to Smith and Stoklos 10-0. What was the key to the comeback?
It was just calming down. If Kent gets his confidence up, he's like Jamal Wilkes hitting a three-point shot. Every ball is going in, he hits the lines. Our confidence wasn't up at the start of the game. We caught on a little bit better, and we smoothed out fine, and hopefully we'll start off the same way we left off.
All right, Tim Hovland, thanks for joining us. I know it's hot. Hovland and Steffes got to get off to a good start, and if anybody's going to add to his confidence, it'll be the mighty Hov.